When Giannis Antetokounmpo arrived in the NBA as the 15th pick in the 2013 NBA draft, he was looked to be a project player, a player that would take years to mold to becoming a solid contributing piece to an NBA team. He was a raw talent with exceptional physical tools, long arms, good size for a forward, huge hands. With those tools, it looked like he was going to be a huge defensive talent. If someone were to tell you that this skinny raw prospect from Greece was going to be the best player in his draft class, a two-time MVP, an NBA champion, finals MVP, defensive player of the year, and have numerous all-star appearances, that person would be looked at as a madman. As the years progressed from the draft class, Giannis packed on some more muscle, grew to become a 7-footer, and his overall knowledge of the game has completely evolved. That's the biggest thing that made Giannis a superstar. His ability to read the game at a high level on both offense and defense. He is a freight train when driving to the rim. His strength allows him to bully by guards, wings, and even centers, as well as his length allowing him to dunk the ball through contact and have some pretty crazy finishes. A 7-footer who can bring the ball up and only needs 3 dribbles to get into the paint is pretty crazy. Then adding that he can operate in ball screens and create mismatches or break the defense down makes him tough to stop. Giannis is at his best working in transition, a definition of a one-man fast break, and you'll oftentimes notice on his gather when attacking downhill, he has some really long strides allowing him to take few dribbles before generating a paint touch. And he likes to use a high gather, placing the ball over his head, and because he's 7 feet, no one is going to strip him. He's very agile for a big man and uses push crosses, spins, euro steps, inverted euros to change directions. This gets the backpedaling defender out of whack as they look to commit to defending Giannis at one side, and then boom, Giannis hits you with a change of direction move, getting that defender out of position. See here how he utilizes a push cross to drive right against Finney-Smith, but Smith is able to slide his feet well to keep up with him. Giannis is one of the best playing physical and creating contact as he lowers his shoulder into Smith's body, and he's essentially moving Smith with him as he gathers with those long strides to the rim and finishes over the defense. Giannis makes some really crazy plays, and being a great driver, you have to get deeper into the paint consistently past the free throw line before you gather to the rim and get a layup, especially when a defender is on you. But Giannis just shatters that because he can gather beyond the free throw line, use those long strides, and explode off the ground to dunk over a top tier rim protector. This is just insane. And even if you are able to get a hand on the ball, Giannis is able to muscle his way to still generate a shot at the rim. Even when another teammate is pushing the ball, he is able to rush out in space and make himself available for dump-offs and lobs. And sometimes when you're just physically gifted, you don't need much of a bag as you can just bully your way to the rim and make a play. There's not much defenders his size who can match him agility-wise and strength-wise. This oftentimes leads to teams having to game plan zone or packing the paint against him to have extra bodies around to slow him down. But then there are times Giannis just doesn't give a damn about multiple defenders coming towards him, and just being able to navigate that and find openings to get a shot off. The Celtics here send 2 on the ball as Giannis crosses half court. See how he's able to navigate away and keep the ball protected, and again, he takes off far from the hoop, but those long strides really help. He's able to leverage his rim scoring skills to make plays not only for him but for his teammates. He is so effective as a ball handler that his guards can set early offense screens for him, and he can get going easily towards the rim, generating a mismatch, or if the defense blows their coverage, he's quick to find those guards for 3. Giannis has gotten better over the years finding his teammates early when he notices the help defense clamping down on him. As his teammates got better, it becomes hard to help off of the Bucks' other players, and this is another thing that made Giannis a force surrounding him with capable shooters and another big man who can stretch the floor, and drawing out the opposing team's big man from the paint. This gives Giannis easy access to get inside, and if no one can match his size one-on-one, it's a layup, or if they send multiple bodies, it's a kick out or dump off. He averaged 5.7 assists last season, with majority of his assists being passed to guys from 3, mostly above the break, he had a total of 209 3-point assists on the season. He first makes a defensive play here on his possession from the weak side, then as he gets the ball in transition, he takes the smaller Pritchard inside. Now he sees Derek White sliding over in the corner to help stop the drive. Now majority of the times in the NBA, the next rotation here is going to be Blake Griffin rotating into the corner shooter. Giannis jumps high in the air to give him some time to see what Blake will do as he reads Blake's momentum going towards the corner. So that's when he beams a pass to the wing 3-point shooter. He makes a lot of simple passes. If he senses you're going to help, he quick beams a pass to the open man. With the threat of the ball in his hands, 4 Cavaliers players looks to signal in on him, so much so that they forget the trailing big man, who Giannis finds for 3. Giannis isn't a high-level pick-and-roll reader or manipulator, but he has grown to be good at using the threat of his own skills and keeping his head up and generating more of a feel for the game to make plays. Now, I think we can all agree that Giannis isn't the best shooter. Defenses have a sigh of relief whenever he puts up a 3-ball. His mid-range shooting was looked to be an improving area, but that has regressed last season, going from shooting 41% on mid-range shots to 32%. According to Cleaning the Glass. He's been willing to shoot the 3 in mid-range when given a lot of space, looking to grow more on that area of his game. The 3-ball has been a huge component to the modern NBA game, but Giannis has been able to average 31 points a game last season on 60% true shooting without a reliable 3-ball. That is pretty insane. Even though it's a weak area of his game, it doesn't feel like it really comes to bite him. The only player who comes close to averaging those numbers without a reliable 3-ball is probably Zion Williamson. Giannis's consistent pressure at the rim makes him well acquainted with the free throw line. He averages 12.3 free throw attempts a game. Though he shoots it at a poor 64%, he still led the league in free throw attempts a game. And Giannis is a tremendous defender, especially off ball, as a Roman defender who can get in the passing lanes, be a weak side rim protector, and just cause havoc as an off ball player. His timing on when to help and get himself into position is impeccable. He can block shots, contest shots vertically without fouling. He covers so much ground on the court and you think he's out of position or doesn't have enough time to help, but boom, he comes out of nowhere and just pins your shot attempt. And even if you have him beat off the dribble, he's quick enough to recover and times a block really well. You can play him in any defensive coverage on ball screens and he proves to be effective. Drop coverage, he understands positioning and keeping his man in front, as well as not allowing the ball handler to get to the rim. You can play him high at the level of the screen where he can pressure passes and make it tough for the ball handler to get a pass off to their big. There may never be another Giannis in the NBA, a guy who came into the league as an unknown, a project, who has then grown to superstardom. Giannis' athleticism, physical tools, agility, driving, finishing, post operation, playmaking, passing, court reading, rim protection, defensive instincts all made him an all-time player in the league. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more NBA breakdowns like these. I thank you all for the love and support over the years as the channel finally hit 10K subs. And with all that being said, I'll see you all in the next video.